Hey everybody, it's Mark here at Garrett's Guitars in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to do a recap of my 2025 predictions that I made last year at the end of the year, and see where they're at and see where they're going. So, a little bit, this idea just kind of popped in my head, and I went back and re-listened to my predictions video from, I think it was November, December or something, and, pretty happy with it. So I thought of doing this, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, I made some good predictions. So one prediction I had to talk about is the used guitar apocalypse, which is upon us, or, it's not so apocalyptic. I just thought the word was cool because so many people take it as a tragedy that the value on the used guitar went down 20%. But that's kind of where it's landed. Things are costing a little less, and that's good if you're buying, and it's also good if we're selling because because we were kind of ahead on that trend a little bit. We just knew that stuff has to be priced to move. There's no more waiting for the customer to come to you. You have to have the most advantageous pricing. So I'll go, and then a little nod to the used guitar apocalypse. That was my one video that went huge last year. So some of you are here because of that video. So thanks for watching. So the next prediction I had made was Peak Premium Pedal. That's the boutique made pedals that cost, or the very sophisticated pedals that cost $500 to $1,000, something, or let's say $400 to $1,000. People would be kind of done with that. The beauty of the FX pedal is they're low cost and fun, and these very sophisticated pedals are neither low cost nor fun. They might tickle an urge for people who like to dive super deep, but that's not everybody, and that's not even a lot of people. So, what do I see in that? I think I was right on that one. We're still to see that, wait to see that play out. But some premium pedal makers are changing their philosophies. So that was, or at least their philosophy being changed for them in some respect. Direct sales was another thing I was talking about, and that people giving deals to the end customer through the direct sales route, and that was when I was talking to that about these smaller boutique premium pedal makers who are connecting directly with their users and trying to make that path to selling directly to the user and having a slightly better markup, and saying, why are we giving the store 30% of our money? Why don't we just go directly to the customer, give them a discount, give them the best possible price, and we'll capture the customer directly. This is nothing new, although it is expanding. And we see that with Fender and being more aggressive with ads. When you're in a guitar store and you take out your phone, a Fender ad or might pop up giving you a tremendous deal on something. This I've written off as just, this is the way things are going to be. So you just got to compete against it and work with it. Pricing is not the only thing not the only barometer of whether or not you can sell something. It's one important part of a pyramid, but there is hope otherwise. Digital amps and app-based amps, I predicted they would become more popular, and they have. And I had a really interesting conversation. How to put this politely? With an uninteresting person? No. I had an interesting conversation with someone. They just seem to be that kind of person, a hobbyist who really, and we get these people, the hobbyists who they want the best. I bet their golf clubs are the best too. They have some extra money, and they like to think and know that they have the best things. And so they often buy boutique guitars. They're like, I'm done with Fenders. I only buy Shores, or I only buy, some kind of more boutique, handmade kind of thing. And they come in here and have us tweak their already, 95% setup guitar they had just gotten. They're, it's fine. That's how you like. It's just one of the ways to experience the guitar. So, we're saying that, I had a conversation with one of these people, and they were like, oh, yeah, no, I don't use tube amps at all. I just gave up on them. I use line 6 with in-ears. Like, I'm done with tube amps. I'm done with any kind of amp. I don't like any. I like digital amps. And, that is a trend. And that is a trend that's going to continue. People who are, and so here's the dichotomy of that. People who are insistent on buying only the most super playable, top-notch guitars, but they find the digital amp world is a comfortable place to have that attitude as well, and to be looking for that. I plug in my guitar, it sounds just like my guitar. Well, I'm not going to argue the finer points of that, because it is what you want to enjoy and how you want to enjoy it. We do this for our own sake as well as the sake of others. It's super convenient. It's great to know something's going to work a lot. I use a digital amp. I have one, but I willingly admit that I use a Fender Tonemaster amp at a bunch of shows, half of them maybe, because of its convenience and predictability. As far as or plugging directly into computers and apps, a little less of that going on, but that's also a thing that's happening. So, where are these trends going to take us, and am I going to make predictions for next year? I'm going to wait a little to make predictions for next year, but just to talk about these trends, the used guitar pricing stabilized a little. Maybe it's helped by the fact people are getting realistic about it. I find people were like, yeah, I know. I'm not going to get $1,000 for this. I think that the big retailers who sell used gear are still a little overstocked. Remember about a year ago, Guitar Center specifically were like, we'll buy your guitar from you in a month, but let us get some inventory out of the way. And Manchester Music Mill, they give you a coupon. This is what we will buy your guitar in a month. Here's a coupon for what we'll pay for your guitar in a month. And it's not because they're short on money as much as they were just had a lot of used gear to work their way through. I was talking about a large New Hampshire store, the Manchester Music Mill. Expect the trend to continue a little bit, level off. I think we've all taken the haircut. Like I said, my prediction was about 20%. And because of rising prices of new gear, they're going to help stabilize that a little bit. So the apocalypse is maybe coming to a close. Premium pedals, I see that continuing, although our friends at Electro Harmonix have introduced a couple of new premium pedals that look interesting. I think the beauty of the pedal, the reason people love the pedal is the affordability and the simplicity, and if it's neither affordable nor simple, then it's a whole different thing. Direct sales from manufacturers to customers is just going to continue and continue. So, and the digital amp trend is going to expand in the near future. I get these ads from More. Somehow got on their mailing list. I gave them a card at a NAMM show or something. And they are doing only digital amps, and they have these really sophisticated things that they're selling for almost nothing. And so this might be there might be one of those moments that happens where someone who isn't the market leader grabs the market and takes control. And not necessarily that More will do this, but these smaller Chinese-based companies are innovating more, and they're striking out on their own a little bit more. So, there it is. The predictions wrap up. Thanks for watching. So there will be more predictions later on the year, and then watch all the other videos here on YouTube. Some people who watch these on their TV don't actually realize how deep this goes. It goes deep. I want to believe. This There's hundreds of videos that I've made on all sorts of topics, so check them all out. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you soon.